I'm up spending a day here in Cuyamaca State Park. For anyone who doesn't know, that's in East County, San Diego. It's a state park of approximately about 27,000 square acres of land. You know, in the past couple of years, it's suffered some real bad forest fires, but she's coming back. I thought I'd share a little taste of the area with you. I'm up near Stonewall Mine. Back in the day, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, they mined up here for gold, and they found quite a bit over the years. I'm going to show you the mine and the area now, and I'm going to see if I can find any photos on the internet of the old days and how the old mine looked and how it's changed over the years. Here's the kiosk. Kind of shows, you know, Cuyamaca State Park. You know, we're right here near the lake, and I know it's hard to see through the glass and all, but that's all the trail systems and stuff for hiking and mountain bike riding and just roaming about. Now, one thing that you got to be cognizant of as you're hiking around out here is that there are mountain lions, and I have seen mountain lions out here while I've been riding my mountain bike, and there have been people that have been attacked. There was one lady in the 1990s, unfortunately, who had been hiking and got attacked and killed by a mountain lion up here. So you always need to keep your head on a swivel, because you just never know. You know, you're out in their playground. Here is one of the old miners' shacks. They have like a museum that kind of tells, you know, a little bit about what's going on. You know, in March 1870, they discovered it, you know. And that was up near Julian, a guy named William Skidmore. And isn't that the way that a lot of the California gold was found? Usually by accident. You know, here's a photo of the old mine. It was under management in 1892. You know, it says the last attempt to operate the mine was in 1926 when the main shaft caved in. You know, as you saw on the map, there's Lake Cuyamaca, and unfortunately, they had to keep pumping that mine out because it would fill with water. And that's the only thing that kept them from able to recover any more of the gold that was down there, is just the technology they had at the time just couldn't pump the water fast enough. Here's basically the site that we're sitting on right now. Back in the day, and they would process the tailings, and it yielded $3 to $6 per ton. Over $50,000 was recovered just from the tailings. You know, they had a pretty big town up here. This used to be a big ranch, or Spanish rancho, way back when. You know, there's so much history that we drive by all the time, and we just never stop to check it out. All these families that lived up here. Now all those houses are gone. The land's reclaimed all this area. Here's a picture of some miners. Let me see if I can get the glare out of the photo, because it's a cool photo. I mean, these guys busted their tail working hard, you know. Here's a photo of some oxen. You know, a lot of the old growth timber was cut up here. You know, here they talk about they had 400 timbermen worked cutting wood for the sawmill. And it said the sawmill consumed enormous quantities of wood. 12 cords went into the boilers every 24 hours. I mean, that's a ton of wood. There's the old mine. There's a 3D model of what the mine looked like way back when. And you know, a lot of those hills were barren because they had cut all the pine and oak for the mine. There's a little mine car. You know, these photos could talk. I mean, they tell a story as is, but I mean, look at the faces on these men. Common men like you and I, if they could tell a story about way back when. And this is R.W. Waterman. See if I can get my glare out of there. He was a governor of California. Here's one of the pictures of one of the old stamp mills. At one time, it says they had 20 of these installed. And I'm sure that when they were stamping the tailings, you could probably hear it for miles around. So, you know, like we said, these are little nuggets, little pockets of history that are just off the beaten path. Right here, it's a gorgeous setting up here. Get a look at this. Just beautiful pines, oaks. This is the main shaft that we walk down to right now of the mine. You know, look at all that old steel cable. You know, all the old buildings are gone, but you know, you can hike out here and find foundations. There's still just a ton of stuff out in the woods. All these, you look at all like this rolling hills, these are all tailing piles from years ago. And there's a squirrel right there. Let me see if I can get him on video for you. There he is. Just doing his thing. But yeah, I mean, here's another part of the mine over here. You know, I'm not sure what everything was used for, but there's equipment all over the place. So I just thought I would share just a little piece of the Cuyamaca State Park with you. You know, a lot of people, like I said, just drive right by this not even knowing that it's here. And it's just part of what a show on PBS used to call California's Gold. And it truly is. You know, our history and our landmarks and our national parks like Yosemite and Sequoia, you know, they are California's gold. And it's a beautiful place. Thanks for coming along.